Okay guys, so we're back. So now it's going to be time to do some authorization, some login, log outs and things like that. And just like the other one, we're gonna do a little bit of prep work first because we need to set the screen to be able to have certain links and certain navigations and things like that. So this is gonna take a little bit of prep work first, and then we'll do the integration of the authorization system, which is we're going to use Okta. Okay, there are other ways that you can do it. You can use Firebase, you can use Amazon, I think. There are so many other ways that you can do it, but there are a lot of other tutorials out there to do it with those systems. Not a whole lot out there for Okta, so I'm gonna choose Okta instead. Plus, that's kind of becoming really popular lately, so we'll do that one later. But we'll do the props for now, the prep for now. So let's just go ahead and close all this page title stuff and the task and leave the app on. Let's leave the app on. Let's just take all of that stuff off. All right, cool. So what we're going to need is let's go to the header. Let's go to our parts here. Yeah, let's go to our header, and this is where it's going to get come on, select it. There we go. Want to open it to right there. So the home link right there, let's just go ahead and get rid of that, because this home link right here is basically the same thing as this icon right here. So we're just gonna, not this icon, this logo right here, which it would have been a logo if it was whatever, right? So let's see, button. So we do want this navigation and available to us for mobile, and then here we're gonna come here, we're gonna leave. Let's just actually do this. Let's do it like this, let's do it like that, and let's do it like that. We're gonna change these two links too, by the way. All right, so this link right here, it's okay, so this is active and this is not active, so it's gonna be fine. We can always change the active property based on the params for the URL. Remember, we did that. So maybe that will be, I'm not gonna do it, but maybe that's something that you should do. Okay, maybe you should look at some kind of params, or maybe using the window object and check the window object for the path name, the location path name, and then make sure that if the location path name equals whatever is in here or whatever the name is, then to add this active class programmatically, so that way it's highlighted like that. There you go. That's an idea for you to do. All right, so we're going to change this for about, so that way we can get rid of this about right here and put it on this one, and we're gonna put the about there. And let's see, current page is fine. All right, we're gonna leave that like that. And then this drop downs, yeah, we're not gonna need this drop down. Let's just get rid of it. Just UI stuff. You can always do that yourself, and do that as well. But what we're going to actually do here, maybe next to the menu, is we're going to use a button. Alright, so do I have a button available? No, I don't. Alright, so we're gonna use a button, and then we're gonna add a class name to it, and we're gonna make it BTN and BTN secondary, no primary, default. We don't want to use primary or secondary, because primary or secondary is gonna be green or blue, and I don't know if green or blue is gonna look right on top of this blue up here. So I'm just gonna leave it default, and I think that's gonna be black or white. We'll see. All right, so I'm gonna close this. Just do JavaScript, React. There you go. And then we're gonna call this login for now. So that's not the, all right, let's see dark. Nope. Black. Black. All right, cool. So we have a button called black. All right, so what happens now if I bring it down is that it's going to be down here anyway, so that still works. Okay. Let's open that up. All right, cool. We have our login right there, and then this about page. All right, so now what we do need to bring is we need to bring our link. It's not importing it. Oh, import link. It's not working. All right, let's go to our app.js home. Actually, I know I have it here. There we go. And let's add it to our, there you go, link, and now we're going to use this instead. So copy that, and so this is our title here. We're gonna make that a link. Make that a link, and we're gonna make that a 2. And the reason why I want to do that is because I don't want it to refresh when I click home. Remember the refreshing thing that used to happen over here on the page whenever you use the hyperlink? So I don't want that to happen, so I'm just gonna have it like that. All right, so so that's that, and then the button is fine, and then this right here is also gonna be link, and 2, and then this one is going to be link, 2. All right, let's do that. Now let's see if it works. Hit the about. There you go. I'm at the about. The home we're not gonna need, but that's fine. I mean, you eventually wouldn't need it, but it's okay. There it is. All right, cool. So that part is working. All right, so now we have that, and so what we're going to do now is we're going to have this login right here basically fire up our login application, so that when I click on login, I get the Okta widget, or maybe our own custom page that we will be able to use a username and password and click on login. And when it clicks on login, it goes to Okta, and it checks for authorization services on whatever, and then once that authorization is done, then it basically opens up the application. It takes you to a protected page that you can use. Okay, so we're gonna have a protected page that it's not gonna have anything in it. It's just gonna say protected, but we'll get there. I think the application in Okta, the guide in Okta is pretty self-explanatory and pretty easy to understand a little bit. As far as the React step-by-step goes. Now the actual implementation of Okta itself and creating an application, that's a little cumbersome, and it took me a few trial and error steps in order to get it right. So let's go to Okta now. You know what? Forget the prep thing. I was gonna do 2 videos, a prep and then the video, but this was it. This was all the prep that we needed because everything else is over there. So let's not do that. Let's just do the whole thing. All right. So I'm gonna create Okta, and then I'm gonna say React, Okta React. Okay. And yeah, let's click on that one right here. Oh, you know what else? If you don't have it yet, download I don't know, Firefox. Yeah, Firefox, because this right here, I believe, is broken in Chrome. So if I go to create routes and I start scrolling, see, it takes me back to the top. It's weird. Something is going on in their website. So instead, go to I think I have it. Yep. Open a different, so I'm just gonna put this one away. Open a different browser, and like Firefox is one, Safari, doesn't matter which one you use. Actually, don't use Safari, because Safari also uses WebKit, so I don't know if that is the problem. So don't use one that is similar to Chrome. Use Safari. All right, so in there, what we're going to do is you're going to basically just search what I just searched for, Okta React, and then you're basically going to end up here, which says https developer.okta.com code React. So just make sure that you don't need this part here. So that right there is going to land you right where you need to be anyway. So just make sure that you have this in your browser window. All right, so the first thing you're gonna do is sign up. Okay, so I'm not gonna do it because I'm already signed up. I can just I can sign in, but go ahead and sign up, and go ahead and when you sign up, sign in with email. So for you, it's gonna be the same. Sign on for email. Enter your sign in URL. Don't know your sign in. I'm not gonna do it that way. I'm gonna do it the way that I can see. I guess it doesn't let me, huh? Alright, sign in. I don't have a URL. That's weird. It didn't ask me for that before. Alright, give me 1 second here while I look for that. That was pretty odd. And I had to do that. Okay, so okay, sorry guys, yeah, that's pretty weird. That's pretty weird that it asked me that. So enter your Okta.com. All right, so I'm trying to look for mine here, the one that I had already created. That's weird. Oh, because I see what it's doing. I'm sorry. It's asking me to log in into actual Okta. What I want to do is I want to log in into Okta developers. All right, let's go back up here to prerequisites. And do you see right here? If you do not already have a developer edition account, you can create one at developers. I'm sorry, guys. All right, let's click that one off. Alright, cool. So this is the one that you need to actually sign up for. So yeah, just create email, first name, last name, blah blah blah, all of this, whatever, and it's gonna send you to your website, your email, and then it's gonna have I think it's gonna go to spam. So check the spam folder and make sure that you are able to log in through there. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and log in. Send me back to the it sent me back to the thing, sign in with email. Why is it doing this? This is crazy. Screw it, not gonna do it. Alright, so make sure you sign up, okay? You should be able to log in rather easily. I'm gonna try and see if I can find one that I'm already logged into. And alright, so here we go. So I have one here that I'm already logged into. Okay, so if you want to figure out if you for some reason don't get the actual way to log in, just make sure that you get your dev Okta, this right here, this particular name that you're gonna get in your email, and just make sure that you go to login and you'll be able to get there. I had my email there. And the password, which is secret. Save it. Alright, cool. So I am logged in, everything that you see here. So I'm gonna put that aside because we're eventually gonna step into that. But the reason why I did that is because as a prerequisite, you need to have that, and then it tells you that you need to go and create a single page application and all that stuff to create this stuff. All right, before you start anything, you have to create that environment. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to applications right here. Right, you should be in the dashboard. So from the dashboard, go to applications, and in here, create app integration. Let's see, I think it's that one. All right, so create app integration, and yep, click over here where it says OIDC, OpenID, whatever. Click on that, and then click on single page application, and then hit next, right? And then when you hit next, it's going to basically bring up this form right here where you're going to name it and make sure that it's, you can call it whatever you want, React application or my website, whatever you want to name it. Okay, if you want a logo, that's fine, it doesn't really matter. Make sure that you have an authorization code assigned to it, and then your login here. What I would suggest here is that you will add 2 of them. Okay, so make sure, okay, so here's the thing that you have to be careful with. Make sure that whatever you are using to render your account is right here. So if you're rendering your website, if you're rendering the application the way we've been rendering our application so far, what the heck did I put it? There it is. Yep. So we've been rendering our application to the 3000, right? To a 3000. Let's close this. I am having so many different windows here. All right. Let's just bring that one here. There we go. So because I'm running my application in a 3000, not at the level where you have your server, okay, forget the server. At the 3000, you want to be able to authorize that, so make sure that that is 3000, and then you add a URI that is also another URL, which is going to be only that. Okay, yeah, actually like that. Then the sign out, so the sign out, you want it to be 3000 so that it goes to your home page basically. All right, for trusted origins, you want localhost 3000 to be your trusted origin. So what this is doing is basically allowing your, you know, the very root of your URL to work for Okta. And then here in the assignments, make sure that you click allow everyone in your organization to access it. Okay, and then hit save. I'm not gonna hit save because I have all of this already done, so I'm not gonna hit it, but go ahead and hit save. Then once you hit save, you should be able to have something that looks like this, you know, whatever name you named it, and it's gonna have a client ID in it as well. So that is what you need. You need this, and you need this right here. Okay, so you're gonna put that aside for a second and just leave it there where it is. And you see what it tells you right here, all the stuff that you're gonna need to use that I just told you that you needed to use. All right, so the next thing is you don't need to do this because that's how we created an application a while back, so we don't need to do that. But we do need to start adding some of this stuff. So you're gonna come over here to the npm install of Okta, and you're gonna go to your application now. Let's open this up a little wider, and let's close this in here. And then in here we're gonna put npm to integrate Okta, and you're gonna give it a second, and it's gonna go through its thing. Okay, that's good. And the next thing, where did it go? There it is. So the next thing that you're going to do is this one, the npm Okta React. Don't put this one. Don't do the React router dumb. We already did that. Okay, put that in there. Save it as well. Actually, we could have done those two together, but separate is fine. Take a sip of coffee. Good stuff. That's good, Joe. All right, cool. So let's go make sure, like I always do, And here it is. We got our Okta Authorization services in here. Our Okta React implementation is there so that it works with React. And yep, that's pretty much all there is. Alright, cool. So close that. And now we start moving on. So the first thing that it's going to ask you to do, we're just going to go ahead and follow this completely. And then we can, once we have everything already put in place, then we can move things around, okay? Once we understand it. So it's going to ask you to create a form, right? This is your login form. It's asking you to do a JSX file. Don't do that because it's just going to screw things up a little. So let's just do the JS instead. And it's asking you to put everything in the source. Ideally, I like to have its own place for login stuff, but because it's also being they're working together on the imports as well from the source, all of them. Let's just put them in the source, and then we can just refactor them later by putting them in its own folder and then making sure that they connect to each other with the right path in here, right? So let's just go to the source right here and create a new file, and let's name it signinform.js, not JSX. And then let's do that. And then now come over here. Actually, I don't need to. I can just bring this back in. And then now is this is what we need to grab. Make sure you grab the whole thing. And go in there and paste it in. Save. Cool. And then it says here that if you're using a class-based component, that this is how you use it. You don't need this one, okay? We're not using a class-based component. We're using classless components. So this is for people who have class-based components. We'll just ignore that. And then it says here that some browsers require authentication in order to render, like anything that is, you know, protected. Like we're gonna have a protected page, right? But then some of them are not. Like the home page for us is going to be good to go. Okay, so here we have our home page. It's telling you to create a home page. We already have a home page. So come on, are you doing the thing too? Is this doing the thing? Don't do it. I can't believe it's doing that. I hate when it does that. Let's go to click on create routes. It's so annoying. Alright. Let's see. Let's cheat. Let's back up to the one that I had. That one. Add and open it. Okay, so make sure that it has this. Just add this whole entire thing. Okay. I think what it's doing is that it's detecting that / oh no, it's not. It's still doing it. How do we stop this from happening? How do we stop this? Let's just on a new tab. Okay, open it on a new tab and then go up, and it's still gonna do that. Alright, how the heck do you even make that happen then? Alright, let's get close enough. Let's get close enough right here. Actually, you know what? I think, yeah, it is that. Let's go back up. All right, let's go back up. This is what's gonna happen. Let's inspect this. Let's go to right click and right where it says content defaults. Okay, so open that and then just navigate down until we get there you go, this h3, open that. Let's delete this. Where's the delete node, and delete node on that code as well. All right, let's see if that worked. Okay, that didn't work. Let's get close enough again. Right here. Let's see if maybe these are the ones. Let's delete that node. If that doesn't work, then we're just gonna grab this right here. Okay. So let's just scroll and see if it takes me to the top. It did. All right. So let's just grab this, edit as HTML, and you're gonna grab. This is gonna be crazy. No, let's not edit as HTML. Just back out of that, and then let's grab this and then just copy that entire thing. Copy the outer HTML. There you go. Copy outer HTML. Come over here and basically double click on this white space area there. Make sure that you come down here then and add HTML. For now, it could have been actually JavaScript. Nah, let's do JavaScript. I can't believe I had to do this. And then click that div in there. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous that I had to do this. Forget that. Let's close that. Don't save. Yeah, let's close this. There's gotta be a way to do this. Because we have to copy the render part, and this needs to render as a code. What you saw earlier there is not going to work. So this is your home right here, right? So just right click here. Actually, right click this first right here, and then go all the way down here to the end of it where it says start your app, and then shift and then click anywhere there and then copy. Ridiculous. I can't believe I'm doing this. Then now click on that and let's just paste it and see what happens. Alright, cool, good. So you have what you need. Wow. Alright, so bear with me here, guys. Okay, I'm gonna try and decipher whatever is alright, so maybe if I take the plain test. Yeah, I'm gonna take the plain test and select JavaScript. Okay, this will help. Make sure that it's JavaScript. Alright, so you're gonna take this out, and then so this is our home that they asking you to do, and we're gonna take that. This is just a piece of test. Alright, so this is the actual home, right? And this is base component right here. So we're gonna close this export and delete this because that's gonna be for the, and this is the actual part that we want right here, from the import to the default home. Alright, so what are we actually using from here that we're going to be using in our home page? So we want to make sure that we bring this right here. It's already probably used in a couple of it, so we're just gonna copy that and we're gonna go to our home page in here and we're gonna paste it in there. And yep, as you can see, the link is already imported as well here, so we're just gonna delete the one that doesn't have the use story. There you go. And then now the home, that's fine, we're already using that. And then we're going to bring this constant, all of this. Yep, we're gonna bring all of this to our home page, on the top of the home page. So under the text, under here. And then just refactor this a little bit so it's easier to understand. Like this, like that. We'll take that at the end. Cool. Alright, so that's fine. And then now we're gonna bring this link and button, and we're gonna put that at the top of our HTML. At the top of the HTML, on top of the add task. Let's put it on the bottom. Let's put what this about link was. We wanted to get rid of this anyway, so let's put it there. Okay, we'll figure out what we need to do with that later. All right, so let's go ahead and save the button, the home page. All right, let's see what we're looking at so far. So, all right. Alright, let's see what we're doing here. Let's forget about that for a second. Something is breaking because we are adding things to it. The rule of hooks, keywords, use effect is called conditionally in the same order as the component render. Okay. Let's make sure that we're not. Let's close all this stuff here. Fetch task, use effect. Okay, so use effect. So what is it doing that is screaming about? That's fine. Is history. Authenticated, sign out, push, history, push. Okay, everything seems fine. All right, let's keep working. Let's keep moving along. We are going to go now to the protected page. So it's basically going to ask us to make a protected page right here. So we're going to make a protected page, but it's going to be a little different for us, but that's fine. So we're going to make this protected page, and we're going to keep that also in the top level here, and it's going to be protected.js. Okay, and I'm going to bring one out different than the one that they're asking you to do. Okay, so let's just do this one instead, guys. Alright, so make sure that you pause and look at this, okay, and then type it all up. Alright, but basically what it's doing is the one that they ask you to do here, it's very minimal. It's this one here. It's very minimal, and I like it better. I like this one better because it kind of like displays a little bit more of the links, and it has its own sign out button as well in case you end up there, but we will eventually end up reworking some of the stuff later. Alright, so now that that protected is gone, we can delete that. We can delete this home page because we're done with that as well. Alright, so login. The route redirects if the user is already logged in. Alright, so we're gonna create a new component called sign in. So back again to here, new file, sign in JS. Sign in JS, yep. And then in the sign in JS, we're going to, where's that stuff at? Right here. Let's put that to the end here. And in the sign in JS, we're going to grab from import to export and put it in here. I didn't save my protected, so I'm gonna save that, and I'm gonna save this one as well. Yep, save that. Okay, so that can go away now. Sign in JS for class component. So I'm not doing classes. Alright, so and then what we're doing here is now we're going to update. Okay, so this is just some information there, and what we're gonna do now is we're gonna update the JS component. So the JS component, the only thing that we're going to add to the JS component is going to be this app router JS access. So we're going to go here and we're going to add that in there, and then we are going to add that to inside the router, basically on top of our routes here in this space. Now that doesn't exist, so we're going to have to create that. Alright, so default app, that's fine. delete this, and now we're gonna create this page, src app router.js. So just right click on all of this, and again back to this, create new page, paste that in there, create it, and now in there we're going to add all of these imports to the export right here, and put that in there. All right, cool. Save it. Now we can delete it from here, and class-based component to the default. Yep, that's the class-based component. Wait, yeah, class-based component. Yeah, correct. Take that out. That's also class-based. I can tell because it's got a constructor in it. So just minimize. Okay, so that was it. Yeah, that's the end of it. All right, so now you can go ahead and close this title thing there. Hopefully I didn't save it. Did I save it? Well, if you did, just delete it. You don't need that unsaved, untitled thing. All right, so now this right here is asking you to change this Okta your domain, this entire part here, and this client ID here. So what you're going to do is you're going to go back to your application where you did this, right? I told you to save that, and get this Okta dev this entire thing here, but you're gonna need the okta.com. So basically this, you want to highlight this entire part right here to here, the dev to this, and you're gonna put that in here to this. You're gonna put that in there, and then for the client ID, you're gonna grab your client ID, your test tracker, React Act or whatever. You're gonna grab that client ID and put that client ID in there, inside the quotation marks in there. Okay, and then you're gonna hit save. So now we're gonna come here and we're gonna refresh, and let's go ahead and stop our browser here, our server, and npm start, and run it again and see if that goes away. If it doesn't go away, then we have a problem that we need to work on. So let's start the development center, the development server. All right, so it says here that the module cannot result in home. Okay, so the problem obviously is that the home is in a different spot. So home is actually in what is it, pages? Pages is in pages / home. All right, and protected. Okay, so the module not found cannot resolve button. Okay, so let's go to protected, and that's because I created this component that I never really did have. My bad. So delete that, and let's just use a button class for now, a button element rather. Let's close that and just name it logout. Delete this, and then this is going to be on click. Alright, so save that. Alright, now it says here that the use effect. Okay, so this is the problem that we were having earlier. Alright, let's find out what that is. It says that it's used conditionally. What is that? What do you mean conditionally? Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to stop here because we're getting a little carried away here with time, and the debugging is probably going to take some time. So I know it's not running, and I apologize for leaving something not running, but this was originally intended to be a two video series, two video lesson. So let's just stop right now. Well, technically we can consider all of this prepping because we haven't really tested and make sure that it really works. Obviously it doesn't. So let's just stop it right now. It's still gonna be considered a prepping video, and then we're gonna go back in the next class, in the next lesson, and actually finish this off. Okay? All right, guys. Don't worry. I'll be back.